Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Yesterday I did a video in where I mentioned that Sir Richard Sheriff, who used to be the Deputy Supreme Commander Allied Powers Europe, in other words, the second most important person in NATO, was calling for Britain to prepare for conscription. A lot of people said it would be a bad thing and it'd be very hard to do and blah, 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 blah. There was arguments for, arguments against, whatever. 24 hours later, here we find ourselves again with an update on that story. There is a woman by the name of Pauline Hamilton. She's an MP, a Labour MP for Birmingham Erdington. Now, it's very important you realise this is a Labour MP saying this. She warned that the UK borders are being threatened, adding that young people have not engaged, but they're going to have to. Young people are coming here, but not engaging. This is a Labour MP basically saying immigrants aren't integrating. And what is her solution, this Labour MP? Well, she's called for serious discussions about conscription for young Britons, especially those who are not engaged. Is she saying what I think she's saying? Is she saying that young immigrant men who come to this country and don't integrate and get jobs and work should be rounded up and conscripted into the army? Because that certainly sounds like what she's saying. Now, if this was someone on the right saying, if this was someone in Reform or the Tories saying that, Labour would be up in arms and saying, oh, it's racist. You can't do that. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're terrible, terrible people. But this is a Labour MP saying this. Young people who are not engaged. And not engaged is a euphemism here, isn't it? This is very weird. She also was piling pressure on Starmer. She repeated Donald Trump's demand for NATO to commit to 5% of GDP. Do you know, I think this woman, the more I say about this woman, the more I like her. I don't know what she's doing in the Labour Party, but it's great at the moment that she is, because, like I say, if it was Tory saying this, it'd be hell to pay. But she was on Jeremy Vine's show this morning, and she was asked about how Britain might supply boots on the ground in Eastern Europe. And then she came out with this wonderful idea. She said, we need to start having serious discussions about conscription. Young people have not engaged, but they're going to have to, because our borders are being threatened and you cannot continue to bury your head in the sand. Well done, love. She said, my parents' and grandparents' generation fought for this country and enabled us to have 70 odd years where we've had relative peace and harmony. Well, until about 10 years ago. Well, till about 2007, I would say. That's when the first major problem started, wasn't it? 7-7 for us. She says we're going to have the discussion to say, look, something needs to be done. And at the moment, we haven't got the boots on the ground. But if those boots, somehow, we need to start talking about how that will happen. If it will happen at all, we need to start talking about conscription. I want to point out here that Pauline is a black woman and multi-generational. She seems to me to be someone who's proud of this country. She's, like I say, third generation. Her grandparents, or say her grandfather, fought for this country. So, you know, she's not disengaged. She's not, how can we put, no, go the other way. What she is, she's involved, she's engaged, and she's vested in the best interests of this country. She's exactly what we need to see in a Labour politician. Why is she the only one? And how long will she last in Labour now, coming out with things like that? I tell you, she's going to have a tough time. I think pressure will be put on her. She may well have to join another party. Be a shame to see her go, because while you have someone in Labour saying these things, they can't turn around and say, oh, you're just saying that because you're Tory, right-wing racist. Especially what's great about it is her being black. They can't label that racist either. Brilliant, isn't it? Well done, Pauline. Top of the class, lassie. Five house points for Gryffindor. Thanks very much. Let me know what you think. Certainly on Conscription. Bye.